So it begins, I think. I'm going to pretend it's going. The joys of doing the internet stuff. Like, yes, I have started the stream. Have I started the stream? I have started the stream. We're going on an adventure. To here. You're going on an adventure. Technically, I'm here, so I'm already on the adventure of my life, which is 2020. It's been an adventure. Welcome to KIllco. My name is Brian. That's apparently the intro I have to do. Oh shit! Look what I did. My ice ball has decided to stay to one side. We're starting the evening with my bottle of Where Did It Go? It's in the pitcher. Wild Turkey 101. We do have a dollar goal tonight. Link down below that if I get $50, I will drink one thing I really don't like. If we hit $100, which I hope we don't, I will drink them both. But I picked something I might like. So we have Evan Williams Apple and Evan Williams Fire. I like Evan Williams. Flavored stuff, I got the feeling I don't like. God, scary. So 69 cents. That should tell you a lot. All right. And tonight's Whiskey Musings is whiskey time? Whiskey time! When is whiskey time for you? When is it too early to be whiskey time? When should it not be whiskey time in some situations? How much should I pour? Should I stop there? That looks about right. But yeah. Rare Breed's much, well, I don't know if it's much better, but it's very good. And welcome, JJ. Thank you for joining me this evening on the chaos that is a live stream. There's no real tasting notes on this stuff tonight because it's one of my favorites. Oh, there we go. That seems like a lot, but that's usually how much I pour, and I like to tell myself that big old ice ball is displacing it quite a bit. So it's probably about 2 ounces-ish, maybe a little more. I can't tell. But the idea of the evening is to listen to what some of you are saying. Like, again, whiskey time. For me, whiskey time technically starts at 7 p.m. Right now we're doing it early because the bourbon night peoples are going on at 8. And I got 2 hours to kill, which means other people have 2 hours to kill. And nothing seems to be going on for the past few weeks that I've been doing this. And I've lost track of how many times I've done this. The time between 6 and 8 is kind of empty. I think there's football going on. Maybe. I'm not a sports person, so I really don't know. I don't keep track of that. Sundays are days for football and religion, from what I hear. Neither of which I pay attention to. Oh, Wild Turkey smells so good. What's in your glass is the question of the moment. Oh, man, there's so many weird analytics when you're streaming. I guess that's kind of, as the viewer, the things you don't know, which I can mention. It's bizarre. For one, while I'm looking at YouTube recording stuff, it's telling me all kinds of random information that I want to know and also don't want to know at the same time. And then, of course, there's the fact that I have a streaming service thing that I'm using at the moment. But, I partially hope and definitely hope we do not meet the goals of the evening. I like to have dollar goals just because it gives you guys something to donate to if you want to donate at all. I feel bad if you don't get to that amount, though, because then people have just given me money and it hasn't happened. It's like, I don't know if this is a good idea. But it worked last time. People seem to like to watch me suffer and drink something I don't like. No banana stuff this time. That was an experience, which I don't want to relive. Also, how do you drink your whiskey? How do you whiskey? As the saying goes. And if anyone's wondering, yes, I have the coin. You can't ask me. I did manage to kill a bottle yesterday, finally, on a WhizzkyTube channel where I should be able to kill bottles because the name Kill is in the channel. But that was fun. I'm also fully caffeinated, if it's not obvious to anyone. I went and had, yeah. Oh, you know what? I forgot my water. Hold on. Threw myself off because I got an ice cube. Water. Stay hydrated, people. If you don't, you will regret it. We still have... You know what the funny thing is? I could have just done the review for day 6? Right on the live stream. That's what it's Bourbon Night's going to do. And I realized I could have done that. But I didn't. Instead, I actually made a video. And that was a whole story unto itself. Where I actually had a problem with the editing. Where suddenly it wasn't actually working. What's in your glass? Welcome, John. Num num num. I have to keep an eye on my phone. With magnificence. Very good. I'm asking how all of you like your whiskey. That's an old one, too. It's kind of disturbing how Whiskey Tribe has all these little backstories and history now. I can say dolphin smooth, and some of you will know what I mean, and some of you will just be like, why are we talking about dolphins? But, yeah, there's a little bit of weirdness going on if you've been watching Whiskey Tribe stuff or Whiskey Vault stuff for an extended period of time. And that is one of the little secrets. Having the coin and asking how do you whiskey. I hope some of you out there still ask people how do you whiskey. Never mind, actually, I forgot. 2020 is not the year to be asking anyone anything or going near anyone, so don't do that. It's better to just get your whiskey and go home at this point. That's what I've been doing. That's why I have a handle of Wild Turkey 101. We are still in the pause in Rhode Island. It's a thing. I don't know what it's doing. I hope it's helping to stop the spread of things, but endless inside jokes, yes. You can talk about the cult. I don't have my robe with me at the moment, but I do have one. It's very cozy. Cult of Ardbeg, which has come up again. That's the funny thing is the Cult of Ardbeg hasn't really gone away. It's just been kind of a wave within the tribe. And we're talking mostly about the Facebook group, whatever that chaos is these days. There's a lot of baited posts from what I've seen. I'm trying not to be on Facebook as much these days, but you kind of have to be if you want to social media yourself, which unfortunately I do. I have to go through all the channels, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebook. What else is there? I'm sure there are others that I don't use. Is Tumblr still a thing? I think it is. But tonight we're mainly talking about when do you drink your whiskey, how do you drink your whiskey, 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 whiskey. That's what tonight's thing is. And also the hope that people want to donate to make me do horrible things, which I hope you don't. I hope all of you would rather not. I hope people would rather give me money to buy whiskey rather than to suffer by drinking what is not whiskey. That seems to be a thing. Once again, that'll be easier someday once I happen to get super jets. So again, tell your friends. Subscribe. Like the video if you haven't, because that's also a thing. Algorithms. Science. But here are the two options for the evening. If we reach a dollar amount, which we won't. Evan Williams Fire and Evan Williams Apple. I'm actually a little curious about the apple. The fire I know I'm probably not going to like because it's cinnamon. And I like cinnamon in my whiskey as far as, it being a thing that happens to be in the whiskey. But as far as direct cinnamon flavored stuff, flavoring, no. Remember the cinnamon challenge? Remember how that was a real bad idea? Yeah, cinnamon whiskey is questionable. But it's already happened. Is Fireball still popular? I think it is. That's why there's so many knockoffs these days. What? Phone. Oh man. Forgot I made an actual post on the Instagram. Good, nothing's happening. And it's also cold. I don't know how it is where you people are, but it is chilly here right now. We're talking in Celsius because I like to have Celsius. Is that 1 degree? So it's cold. What is that in Fahrenheit? I forget. I've stopped looking at Fahrenheit for some reason. Probably because the rest of the planet doesn't use Fahrenheit. My computer still is in Fahrenheit, though. Where is it? There we go. 40-ish? Ooh, 30. 34. That just made me colder. That's pleasant. Pleasantly pleasant. I still haven't seen any answers for what's in your glass tonight. We must know. We must know what is the whiskey in the evening. I know JJ said he has Rare Breed, which is glorious, and I have Wild Turkey 101 on the rocks, although that rock is, disappearing quickly. We may have a tasting later. Have an extra glass, especially if nothing actually happens with the donations, which I hope it doesn't. That's the weirdest feeling. It's like, I don't want your money. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Because I have to drink something awful if we hit that goal. What am I doing? What am I doing? I forgot. Balls. Yeah, it's damn cold out. 0 Celsius is freezing. I always forget that. So 32 degrees, 32 Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius almost. Freezing temperature. I think that's why I switched to Celsius. It's easier for me to remember 0 as freezing. No, I was going to do something. I've forgotten what. I was gonna grab a whiskey. Now I've forgotten which one. Oh wait, I remember. Over here. We have one of my last samples, the Eagle Rare Single Barrel Select Grape Press Liqueur. I don't know what that means. It's that last word that's confusing to me. Because it's not a liqueur. It doesn't look like it. But it's a single. I think it's just an Eagle Rare Single Barrel Select. But why it says Grape Press Liqueur, I don't know. If anyone knows. Woodford Reserve, weeded. Ooh. I was unaware they did a weed. Welcome, Nick Levin. I have this. This is all I have for Woodford right now. It's not even focusing. But this is another one I like because of the proof. 45.2. If I can't get 100 proof, I might as well get 90 proof, which is nice. And again, this stream is also for us to all just start drinking early on a Sunday because none of us want to go to work tomorrow. I don't, but I don't have to because I don't have a job. Cheers to that. Blech. Good thing about not having a job is you don't have to go to work. Bad thing about not going to work is you don't have any money, which is why we cause the suffering. And we think about making a Patreon and all that kind of stuff. Although, I'm fairly certain you need to have money to have a Patreon. Because you need to give products and, things like Glencairn glasses with logos on them. It sounds like a lot of work and money that I don't have. So we're just going to... No. Not for now. I have one, but no one signed up, thankfully. But it's out there. And again, we could do a sample later, but I've also blown out my palate. I decided to have something very strange today, which is why I'm so wired. It's this Mountain Dew energy drink thing. And it didn't taste horrible. It just had a really weird opening mechanism. It made me feel much older than I am. Where I realized instead of just a, tab that you're used to, it's this new thing where it's like pull up and then pull. The good thing about that is you can close it again, but it's weird. Nice. What's the advent calendar sample? I haven't figured out mine for tomorrow. If anyone wants to give me ideas, For the record, it's probably going to be a Scotch again. Not that I don't like Scotch. It's just I have lots of Scotches suddenly. Oh gosh, what am I going to do? I could technically open a bottle, but I want to leave that for basically next year. I realize once this month is done, I have to go back to just one video a week or maybe 3 videos a week if I can handle that. But it's actually a lot of work. For someone who doesn't work, I do a lot of work on my computer. Just making a video is difficult and time consuming, and I honestly don't know how the people who have day jobs manage this stuff making videos, because I do the bare minimum and it's still a lot. I do have Apple and Fire. They're locked behind a dollar amount though. If I get $50 tonight in the PayPal thing to note in total, that's the problem. It has to be in total. If we get to 50, I drink one of them. If we don't, you donated to the channel. So that's all we got right now. And right now, I don't. The reason I have these two in case we hit the secondary goal, which is if we hit $100, both of them at once, so I pour them both in the same glass and drink that, is because the idea of an apple cinnamon doesn't sound terrible. It doesn't really sound good to me because I have a feeling I'm not going to like either of these. But yeah, if we get to $50, then I'll have one of them. But and that'll be at near the end of the stream, whenever that is. Usually I try to go up until about an hour and 45 minutes, maybe almost 2 hours, because it's bourbon night. We'll be going live tonight at 8 o'clock. I'm looking forward to that. I always do. It used to be my thing for, going from Sunday to Monday. And I have a feeling lots of other people do that. And I'm fairly certain I'm fighting against sports tonight, but I don't know. Ooh, Delwinnie? I hope I said that right. I see the word, and I know how it's said, but my brain didn't want to work. Delwinnie Scotch, huh? I know I'm just watering down my Wild Turkey 101, but it actually is really nice and mellow. The problem is once it gets colder out, I don't want to have ice in my glass as much. I haven't had one of these on the rocks for a little bit. And although it's one of my favorites, it's still cold. So, it's the feeling I get right now. I could talk about other YouTubers, too. There were a couple on last afternoon who've been doing some crazy stuff. Dalwhinnie? Is that how it's pronounced? It looks like Dalwhinnie to me. Oh, so how is it? Dallywan? Dalwan. I don't know how to speak Scottish. Dalwyn? Dalwyn. Good enough. Pronunciation of Scottish words is acrobatics in linguistics, I think. I have enough trouble saying Balvenie and stuff like that. There's a lot of Glen places I like, because Glen is really easy to say. Glengoyne, Glenlivet, Glenlivet. So many Glens. And a Glen is just a field, I think. So I've heard. I've forgotten what my other sample is already. The, what's it one? The old one. I'm reminding myself. It's a name I can't pronounce. Milton Duff. I can pronounce Milton Duff. Again, I don't know where that is. It's in Scotland somewhere. Alright. I'm going to need assistance figuring out tomorrow's pick. Because I want to go with an Irish. And I was tempted to do this tonight. But since it's bourbon night, it feels weird to drink anything other than bourbon or rye. But I think it was Bourbon Bites did a comparison stream where he had these three plus a bunch of others, which I cannot afford. But although I do want to do a review on Irish whiskey of some sort, I don't want to drink these one at a time because I've had them all. I've had all three. The 12, the Listowel, and the 15. And they were all lovely. 15 didn't really impress me too much. Listowel was nice because it was different. And the 12 is just a go-to. But nowadays, the prices on these, the 12 is easily $50. The Listowel is probably 60 to 70, and the 15 is probably 70 to 80 or more these days. Probably closer to 90. So I can't really afford those right now, which is part of why we're doing the whole donation thing and why I'm allowing myself to suffer. And I hate bringing up the donation thing, but again, if you don't have a job, you got to find ways to make money. Or at least have people donate to the channel, because there's the other realization that I still don't know how all these other channels are making enough money to buy so much whiskey all the time. That's bonkers to me. That's what makes this channel unique, is I'm broke. Well, I'm less than broke. I'm in debt, as I like to say. I'm happy to tell people about it, because I have a feeling a lot of people out there have enormous amounts of debt. Oh, bleh. It's actually good. I don't know why I said bleh. It's because I was looking at these. Neat. I have so many little sample things now. I've actually thought about giving out samples, but I don't know how I do that easily. I still haven't given that to my dad. We still have Peat Monster left over. It's been sitting on my desk for a while. And I'm still trying to decide on what I want to do for tomorrow's video, because somehow I need to do that tonight, which is the great mistake of my YouTube channel. While it seems like many others do them in bulk, so they do 2 or 3 videos at once, that's not a thing I do. I do it the night before. And right now we had Whistle Pig last night, if anyone watched the video today. And we have a number of different scotches to go through. I think I might go back to what I was on earlier in the month, which was this one. We have the package here, the Glenlivet. I did like the Caribbean Reserve, but we also have the 12-year-old and the 14-year-old, which, well, it's telling me things on the back, which I don't want to look at, but these are Spaysides, I think. So they're very fruity and friendly scotches. Although I still seem to have a preference for bourbons these days, simply due to price. As I've said many times, the ones I seem to like most are the ones that are both good quality and best value, as I like to say. Not necessarily bottom shelf, but oftentimes they are down there. So we're talking Evan Williams White Label, Wild Turkey 101, and Old Granddad is up there. Also like the high proofs. Ouch. Water. Drink more water. Oh, lovely whiskeys, lovely times with lovely peoples. That's the other good thing about doing this, is we have a nice little bunch of people who are perfectly willing to just hang out and sip on whiskey. We also have, what was it yesterday, which I almost made this stream as, the Repeal Day. So it was that 1933, which is something I only remember because I looked it up recently. That was fun. That should be like a holiday of some sort, but it isn't. Where Prohibition ended, finally. How bizarre is that? The idea of Prohibition in this day and age is disturbing, but we also have recently had medical cannabis, or cannabis itself has hopefully almost become legal again. I'm a medical patient, although I don't use it as often as I probably should. And I do have a license and card and all that, which I have to renew next year, technically. Well, the only problem is I don't like smoking anything. Like, I don't like smoking cigars. I have little, what are they called? Hempettes, which are, hemp-filled cigarette-looking things, which, no nicotine or anything, so it doesn't count as a cigarette, so it's a hempette. That's helpful for my anxiety issues, which if you didn't know I have, well, now you do. I admit whiskey helps with my anxiety too. That's a whole other problem. But we've been waiting for medical cannabis and stuff like that to be legal in Rhode Island for a while now. We're just kind of waiting for it to happen at this point. Because in Massachusetts, it's perfectly legal. So even if I wasn't a medical patient, I could go next door, get what I want, and come back home. But again, 2020 really hasn't had it out for going out and doing things lately. Although I am planning on going on an adventure, and I'm debating how to do it, because it was something I was curious about doing, and I've done before on older videos, where I record myself going on an adventure to get a bottle. Super exciting, I know. But I'm supposed to get 2 bottles because 2 bottles have been donated to the channel officially. One of them being Redbreast 12 or Redbreast 12 Cask Strength, and the other one being Glen Scotia 15, which is actually fairly expensive in some places, and I've heard good things about it. Don't know anything about it, never tried it before, but someone donated the cash for it. I just have to get it. And if you ever want to donate a bottle to the channel, if you're that kind of awesome, let me know. You can find my email in the link in the description somewhere, or the about info. So there are always ways to get in touch with me. Again, we have over here other ways. KIllco 77143 on Twitter, KIllco77 on Instagram, my PayPal, and also you can't get in touch with me through PayPal, but you can send me money. And we also have Twitch. And there's a Facebook group as well, but I don't put it up here because Facebook is a thing with a bad rap these days, and a lot of turmoil, we'll say. It's the nice way of phrasing it. And really, I don't like using Facebook these days. So we're waiting. We're waiting to see what the next social media craze will be. Instagram's as close as I care to get to Facebook right now. But it is a good way to keep in touch with other people in the industry. Like I've been able to I've connected with Facebook to other YouTubers who do this stuff, or whiskey tubers. So that's good. That's been helpful. Welcome, John. Welcome to the madness that is me just having whiskey and talking about whiskey stuff, and also hoping that someone will and won't donate to the channel. That is the thing of the evening. Hopefully no one will. And if you do, it's a donation to the channel. And if we don't get to the dollar amount, that's fine by me. But I've already said it. I can only imagine how other channels do this stuff, where they're not even asking for money and they get money. I have to ask for money, and I hate it. I hate asking. Because, no one wants to do that, but that's how this works. Before I get super chats and before I have to get all those marks to get YouTube to even pay attention to this channel. Not fun. I would only be mad because it would be harder to broadcast the YouTube channel. That's the only reason I have these is to broadcast the YouTube channel mostly, other than just the random stuff I happen to think about. Like I know on my Twitter, there's plenty of stuff I follow that's political and I shouldn't. Facebook itself is just, Facebook tends to leave a bad taste in my mouth is the nice way to put it. Especially the groups. There's a couple of groups on there that I like, but they're fairly quiet. But it's too much. There's too much stuff. I have a feeling the human brain wasn't really meant to process all of this kind of information, because we get so much stuff. Even WhiskeyTube itself, there's so much. There's so many videos and so many different whiskey tubers, and so much that we can consume that it's almost overwhelming. Even with my channel, I have to focus on that mostly. I can't focus on other channels. I focus on, it's Bourbon Night because they've been around for a long time, and I'm used to it. It's pretty much, for me, it's pretty much Whiskey Vault / Whiskey Tribe. It's Bourbon Night, Aquavitae, And then there are a variety of other whiskey tubers, much like myself, who are doing great things like Monday through Friday. So there's, let's see, the ones I watch their streams. We got Rockgut, we got Mash and Drum. What else do we got? There's others, but I'm blanking out, of course, because I'm trying to think about it. Monday, Whiskey Crusaders. I'm thinking of days now. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Do I watch anything on Friday? I feel like I do. I know I watched Whiskey Central and Hot Buttery Rolls yesterday for a little while, and that was fun. I would like to be on their channels or any channels at some point, but again, my channel is very backhanded in the sense that I am making this content. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I like whiskey a lot, so yeah, Floydian, it's rough. And there are new ones coming out, like Whiskey Central and Hot Bitter Rolls are new on my radar, but I already like what they're doing. Like it's especially with Whiskey Central, it's nice to have a woman's input because it's always two. It's always two people, like a couple, doing channels. Although I do like it's Bourbon Night, it's a couple thing. Blah blah. Thursdays. I didn't see that. I'm blanking out Thursdays. Oh wait. Oh, I also watched Cast Strength because they're doing the Cast Strength is doing what I like doing. It's just hanging out, talking whiskey stuff. But they're also part of the. They become part of like whiskey tribe culture in its own way. They've been involved in disturbing ways, in good ways though. And there's some of the early stuff. Like if I can say Brad and Wax Rex, and some of you know what I mean. That was a time. That was a thing that happened. But also, I know Brad's huge to donating early on with the Whiskey Tribe, which I wanted to do, but I realized I don't have money. And shipping alcohol is not an easy thing, nor is it legal in many places. So, complications. Olive oil. Ship the olive oil. It's fine. Aqua Beats is glorious. Roy is wonderful. Uh, he's actually talked to me at least once directly. So, and he's always very responsive. I think I'm part of his Patreon thing to some extent. Yes, they were born out of the tribe to some way. Uh-oh, John, what'd you do? Checking. Oh, you want the Elijah Craig, do you? Well, that's 20. So we have 30 more dollars to go before I even do one of these. Thank you for the donation. But also, we have the option of Fire and we have the option of Apple if we hit the $50 goal. Tube socks, yeah. It's all perfectly legal. Perfectly legal. Nothing to worry about. Mm. I'm trying to get my palate back to whiskey because, as I said earlier, I had a Mountain Dew energy drink thing, and those things are weird. It doesn't taste bad. It's just fizzy, juicy, carbonated caffeine stuff, and it leaves like a film almost. So my Wild Turkey 101 is here to help me get through that. And if nothing else, I get to have possibly this Eagle Rare, which I seem to like, which is the reason I want to have it. Let's be clear. But I also have to look up why Why it's saying what it's saying. That's bothering me. I also forgot who donated it because I have too many people who donate stuff, which is good. That's a good problem to have. No, there's trouble. Welcome, Trev. Welcome to the chaos. Trev's someone I watch all the time, too. Trev's doing the good stuff, though. He's got the Patreon group and the t-shirts and the stuff. Brr. Essential oils. These are essential products, I'll say that. Nothing else. Elijah Craig. I like Elijah Craig, that's the thing, but I don't think I'm going to like... Well, it's not even Elijah Craig. These are Evan Williams. I do like Elijah Craig, though. I'm trying to remember when I had Elijah Craig last. It was recently. Oh! Wait. That's right. Bourbon Junkies do weekly shows, yes. But I feel bad because if they have so many people in there all the time, and I'm such a small channel, it feels weird to go in there. I know they're doing stuff, but I'm not even on their radar, I don't think, as a other whiskey tuber. Which is sad, because being on their channel would be cool, because that would be exposure, but that's probably not going to happen. I'm trying to deduce this PayPal thing. The idea is, John, that if we hit $50 tonight, I will have one of these two. I will drink one of these. We have the Evan Williams Fire and we have the Evan Williams Apple. And if we don't hit that, well, you've donated to the channel, and I appreciate that. But if we hit $50, I drink one at the end of the evening, and if we hit 100, I drink them both at the same time in one glass, which makes like a cinnamon apple thing. Which honestly, I'm hoping doesn't happen. If we get one, great, but also yuck. Because that seems to be something people like. People like to watch others suffer. I don't quite understand that, but we're rolling with it. John, do you want me to join the Elijah Craig Club? Because the last word is weird. Because one of the things he reminded me of is I have an Elijah Craig barrel proof B520. Supposedly it's really good. I think it's Bourbon Night was talking about it recently. Really good stuff. Don't remember why, but also very high proof. And that's set aside for the moment. Cheers. Cheech. Oh, the Elijah Craig cult? I will happily join the Elijah Craig cult, but these are Evan Williams. And like I said, the Elijah Craig sample that I have over there is supposedly really good. So I'm looking forward to that. C920, huh? See, we're getting into specifics here. That's why I started to get lost. And that's why I'm afraid to have the Elijah Craig barrel thing, because I feel like it might be lost on my palate, because my palate's so, we'll say, blunt. I can get the basics. Yeah, on the bottle it's, let me see if I can, let's see if my focus wants to work today. Oh, wait, I have to look at the right thing here. I have too many things. There we go. Do you want to focus? 63.6%? Yeah. That's the other reason I'm afraid of it. The high proof. We're almost done with Wild Turkey 101. And the donations for the evening are 20 so far. We have to hit $50. But that's just having me drink something I don't want to drink. And again, I really don't want to. And I know which one I'll do if we hit the 50 only. That'll probably be the cinnamon one because I don't like the look of that one. The apple one I feel like I'm more okay with. Oh, and also the Elijah Craig that I had last time I did a stream, which I think was Friday, was the toasted barrel, which I did enjoy quite a bit. I don't think I'd buy it for the price, but it was nice to have. I'm glad I got to sample it. It is good. I would recommend if you can't afford it, give it a shot, but we were talking about prices, and I think we heard some people, it was like $99, and I would not pay that. I like the regular Elijah Craig, and I haven't had barrel proof, but I know I had a bottle of Elijah Craig once upon a time, so. Bourbons I'm an easy sell, but there are a few that I really don't like, as I've said on the channel before. There are some bourbons that I just drink and go, what the hell? 3 releases a year. Wow. God, that gets complicated. Three releases a year. January is the first release, A120. May is the second release, B50. September is the third release, C920. First number is for the month, and the last 2 for the year. Got it. And they just call them A, B, and C? Huh. I mean, that's a good way to keep track of things. So that makes this one what? B520. So that was what? May? Nice. I like. It's a good way to keep track of things. Yeah, I learned something new. That's one thing I didn't know. I've just heard the Elijah Craig B520 is really good. It's like, that's great. Why is it called that? I don't understand. I'm sure there was a reasoning behind it, but I didn't know what it was until now. So thank you, Cheech. The more you know, as they say. And again, another good thing about my channel is I am as oblivious to most things as many people on the internet are. And I feel like you have to literally study and know things to get good at them. And for me, it's like, if I don't know something, I just look it up on Google, like most people. And I've seen Daniel do that plenty of times on Whiskey Vault, where he's just like, I'm not sure. Immediately Googles it. Larceny Barrel Proof, same thing. Nice. B20. So it'll be 2021 next, or 21 next year. I got it. Got it. I did find some interesting stuff about mash builds recently. I think I mentioned it on one of the recent things I did because, you know what, I can't keep up anymore. I really can't. Do I have it open is the question. I have all the fun stuff. We do have more samples coming in though. I do. More people have donated samples, which is awesome. Yeah, the flavor drift. Something else we've learned more about with the Whiskey Vault channel is the flavor drift. Which I can, I thought that was just me, but I'm also thinking my age has something to do with it because I have distinct memories of Jim Beam and Jack Daniels when I was in my 20s. I have these memories of, oh gosh, I remember what that tastes like. I remember drinking too much of it. Too slow, welcome. But now that I try them at age 40, it doesn't taste anything like I remember it. Not at all, not even a little bit. I had this distinct memory of what Jim Beam tasted like, and I've tried it since, and it's nothing like what I remember. I haven't tried Jack Daniels, but it's on the list. I could do one of those tonight because I have 2 of these samples. But that one's, again, specifically has a memory linked to a family member who died many years ago, my aunt. And she was 90-something, and she'd have a pour Jack Daniels at the holidays, which I always thought was hilarious. Never had one with her. Probably should have, but didn't. Regrets. I've got a few. But then again, too few to mention. What song am I thinking of? I've traveled each and every byway. My way. Oh, yeah, Frankie. I got it. It does. I can almost see it now. Flavor Drift. Fast and Furious Part 75 or whatever the heck they're at now. And I wonder about that. I wonder if flavor drift happened with Jim Beam and Jack Daniels, which I highly doubt, or it's just the fact that my tastes have changed over the years. Yeah, yeah. Beth Higgins, as we have found, your taste changes as you get older. For one thing, I don't think I was big on drinking hard spirits when I was younger, other than to get trashed. It's not a good way to do that. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's the thing. Same with me. Like it's really weird, we'll say, to get to the point where, and it always seems to be at a certain age. Sometimes, I mean, for me specifically, it happened as of 3 years ago. As my videos point out, the first videos I did were not meant to be, entertainment. They were just me trying whiskey for the first time, and you can see there's a bit of a dislike. It was very strong and very hard to get past that alcohol burn, but now it's no big deal. I don't even notice it. I like the higher proofs. And I don't know if that's just because of my age now or because my palate has, changed over the years as I've drank more whiskeys. I don't know. It's a bit weird. It's a bit of a strange thing to have your age and your palate change in such a way over the years. It's lovely. This does get a little weird. Wild Turkey gets kind of, I want to say flat, which doesn't feel right, but once you add ice to it and it starts to get watered down, Wild Turkey 101 gets this kind of weird thing, which again I find hard to explain. Use your words. I don't know. Ugh. Gotta move. It's sitting too long. All right, the sample I was thinking of having, where'd it go? It's a single barrel select. But why is it called that? Yeah, that's just the name of the place. Yeah. It seems that way. We have Eagle Rare 10-year single barrel select. Yeah, that seems to be I guess I'm assuming it's the name of the place. It was Great Press Liquor. But this is an Eagle Rare single barrel select. And there's probably a place called Great Press Liquor. And it's a liquor store out there somewhere, I would guess. But this is 45%, which I think Eagle Rare just generally is. That's a guess, mind you. A total and complete guess. No, it is. Or at least the 10-year is. This 10-year single barrel is. Oh, no. No, don't tell me that. I looked at something I shouldn't have. It told me there's a scent and smell of banana. We've learned that I don't like bananas. That's become a demonic thing. Double checking. Making sure no one's making donations to make me suffer, thankfully. The hardest thing about YouTube, we'll say, or WhiskeyTube in general, is getting to the point where you have enough subscribers and enough view time. Because I have, and this is one of those things that feels weird to me, I say I have over 100 videos, but a lot of it's just by accident almost. Like I don't feel like I've made 100 videos because of how long it's been. Reminder, it's bourbon night in an hour-ish. Just got a notification on my computer and my phone. Because that's the kind of dork I am. Or as if I'm going to forget, but Yum. To the whiskey. I lost my train of thought. Damn it. It's one of the worst things that can happen to me. It happens a lot. I'm trying to finish my whiskey here, which I'm feeling, by the way, because I poured a lot. So I can move on to my sample of the Eagle Rare Single Barrel Select from a place I am assuming is called Great Press Liquor. That'll be nice. Will I make non-objective tasting notes? Unlikely. I'm going to bring up Eagle Rare Single Barrel just to get an idea. There we go. That's Eagle Rare 10 Single Barrel. I don't think this is a 10-year. But I doubt now. Oh, also, if you don't want to donate money, there is a way to donate to the channel via a nearby liquor store. And you can get in touch with me via Instagram, Twitter, email, whatever. If you ever want to donate a bottle to the channel, just let me know, because bottle donations are awesome. And I will be having more space soon. I have many bottles to kill, and I can't decide on which to kill next. But they're at that point where it's too much to finish all at once. John, I think it might have. I think it was donated by, I want to call him Junior. I know that's not the name. I'm so bad with names. Carl something. Carl? We'll say Carl donated it. He donated all of this stuff. Like, he's the reason I'm able to do the freaking the whiskey advent calendar I'm doing, because he gave all these samples to me. Donated all these samples, I should say. The Eagle Rare near me is actually pretty easy as far as price. It's $35, I think. But yeah, anything. That's the thing. It's much like Whiskey Vault. If you want to donate a bottle that you think I'll like, or think I won't like even, I prefer the ones I might like, but anything can be donated. Blanton's and stuff like that really aren't showing up much. I will double check, however, because there are there's one place I can go for sure that's easy to get, and then I can always just go to freaking Total Wine if I have to. But that's in like 45-minute drive, and me going anywhere this year, especially with the current climate, the pandemic, has not been great. It does. Let me get the exact web page for it, because it comes up kind of weird. I think this should work. The catch is I think I'm sending the right link, but it just says, the name of the store to me at first. But it has to be the Fall River one. So I will post this in the chat if anyone cares to look at the store. God damn it, it didn't even... Did it? No, it didn't. Mother... Try that again. There we go. That should take you to the Fall River Capia store in Fall River, Massachusetts, which is the one that is very close. Yeah, the thing is, I type in Fall River Cappies and it comes up on the top, just says Cappies at first. But you have to check in the upper left-hand corner. It says shopping from Cappies Fall River, 580 William South Canning Boulevard, Fall River, Massachusetts, 02721. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's a nice little place. It's convenient. And it's close. But they're the ones who have online shopping. So you can buy a bottle, say it's for Brian/KIllco, and all I have to do is go in there after you order it, like next day or whatever, say my name, and say it's a donation, and they're fine with it, because thankfully I've been going there long enough, and a number of people there are familiar with my presence. Ooh. Yeah. One of the bottles that's been donated to me is something I've never heard of, but it sounds like a good scotch. That's the Glen Scotia 15. I've heard things. So if you can get a hand on it and you know it and you've seen it, just the price is really bad. Like the donation was $88 for a bottle. As soon as I saw that, I kind of tensed up because that's a lot for one bottle in my mind. Again, I'm someone who doesn't want to spend more than $40 on anything as far as whiskey goes. But there are so many whiskeys out there that are higher in price, higher in cost, we'll say. Oh, that's good. I keep looking at my phone. Okay, good. We have a donation so far of $20. If we can get to $50, which is $30 more by the end of the evening, I will have one of these horrible, horrible whiskey things. But the hope is that won't happen, and that these will just be kind donations to the channel, so I can afford rent and pay the bills and buy more bottles. Technically, like I will, since there was a donation to $20, I can easily put that towards getting an Elijah Craig bottle, because guess what? I don't have one, so I might as well. Yeah, I'm very curious about this Glen Scotia bottle. It was talked up pretty hard. I forgot I was looking up. Oh, Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare at Cappy's is $35, I think. $34.99. Yeah, $34.99 for the Eagle Rare 10-year. So it's even got an age statement. So that ain't bad, because I know there are people out there who can't find Eagle Rare at all for whatever reason. Oh, I know the prices in Rhode Island and Connecticut are all higher. It seems to be, even at Irene's store in Connecticut, which is where I want to buy more stuff. But again, an hour drive and also higher prices. So, although she does have a lot of single barrel picks and stuff like that, which I like the idea of. But again, cost. I'm not one of her wealthy patrons, we'll say. I can't go there and buy those expensive bottles, even though I'd like to. It's not a thing I can do. Someday when I'm making thousands and thousands of dollars off of YouTube. Which, yeah, that's the thing, right? I haven't actually looked up the specifics of how much you can actually make via YouTube through their advertisement, but I get the feeling it's not as much as it should be. I don't know. We'll find out when we get there. And I found that's not an easy thing to do, even if I do streams and make content constantly like I've been trying to do right now. That's the other thing I have to keep in mind, is I still have to make a whiskey video for tomorrow, sometime tonight. And so far I have quite a bit going on this evening. But what are you going to do? I still haven't picked what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do what was the last one I did? Last one I did was Whistle Pig. So possibly go back to a Compass Box one. Possibly go back to, ouch, one of these. I think we'll go with the 12 for tomorrow. I've never had the 12. And European oak and American oak. Single malt Scotch. 40%, I'm assuming. I'll pull it out just so I have it. And I gotta tell you, after a night of drinking, recording video and editing it becomes a lot harder. Sorry if that makes a lot of noise. Double oak. Show me the percentages, damn it. 50 milliliters, yeah. La. What's the proof? Or percentage, whichever one. Tell me, old bottle. Someone's making a lot of noise out there. Oof. Yeah, we were talking, $35 sounds okay for an Eagle Rare 10. $155 pretty much. Whoa. That's a damn good whiskey, or it's really overpriced. One or the other. This has to show the percentage on here somewhere. My eyes My eyes are not what they used to be. I'm going to assume this is 40%. I really have no idea, though. We'll put the Glenlivet 12 as the one for tomorrow. And it looks like I'm going to have a number of scotches for the rest of the evening. Not the evening. For the rest of the month. Up until I run out. Which, again, I'm still debating if I want to do next Friday's stream. Do I do it on Friday? Yeah, I have a 5:30 stream on Friday where I might want to just compare these three. Because I just want to be perfectly honest. It has nothing to do with anything other than that, is that I want to. Because I've had them all, and they're all glorious. And I want to figure out which one I actually prefer. I'm going to hope it's the 12, but I have a feeling the Listau will be a close second. And the 15, although I bought a whole bottle of it, I was underwhelmed at the time. I think I hyped it up too much for myself, which is the mistake of buying expensive bottles. Yeah, JJ, it's one of the weird things. Scotchy, scotch. That's what you're saying. Glenlivet 12. Double O. Because there's a man's face on it. I still feel like it has to show me the percentage. Oh, wait. That's 40%. God damn. You want to know why I couldn't find the percent? Let's see if I can show my camera. Camera focus. See it right there? In that print that's almost the same color as the label. Jeez. Hurts my eyes to try and look at. And I think it says 40%. I'm assuming. I know it has to be 40% at least. But ow, my eyeballs. Wild turkey's still good. Again, I don't know if it's the water, the ice I use, but after that ice cube melts, it gets this weird kind of minerally flatness feeling. It isn't terrible, but it definitely kind of off-puts things slightly. But oh well. Oh God. Ouch. I'm listening to my crazy neighbor next door. She's home. She likes to make a lot of noise. I'm waiting for her to turn the vacuum on. But she also talks on the phone constantly. And it's all being miserable. Yeah, she's being miserable now. That woman scares me. On many levels. She is a Karen by all regard. If you know what that is, well, you can relate to why that's a horrible thing to live next to all the time. Yeah. Yeah, I have a hard time explaining that. Wild turkey's still good, but I watered it down to almost nothing. So I'm tasting this weird minerality, which I don't like very much. And I must admit, I drank that very quick for what it was. That was a hefty pour. Even with the giant ice cube, it tastes a little funny. Great, I'm hearing weird noises in my apartment. Cool. I don't know what that was. It's like something moved. So tomorrow's Glenlivet. We are still $30 away from me drinking something terrible. Thankfully. Which I will do at the end of the stream. I'm still debating if I want to try this Eagle Rare or not because my palate is shot. So I don't think I'm going to give it a good review. But I know I like Eagle Rare, as we found out not last Friday, but the Friday before, when I did my first blind flight. Eagle Rare came on top. Surprise, surprise. I was surprised. Oh my goodness. I had that song stuck in my head. I have My Way stuck in my head by Sinatra. That's no good. Ingle Rare Single Barrel Select. Let's see if we have the thing here. And I'm getting distracted by Discord and a number of other things that are on here. I might have to go get that Glen Scotia bottle tomorrow. I don't have anything to do specifically. But again, the idea of driving 45 minutes to get one or two bottles feels a bit weird. I was doing. Oh yeah, the distance. And what I'm doing tomorrow. What am I doing tomorrow? Nothing, probably. Ouch. Oh, tomorrow's a Remembrance Day for Pearl Harbor. So that's fun. But I think everything should still be open, including Total Wine, where I can get a bottle of Glen Scotia 15 for $60, whereas it's being marked up in other places for about $88, which is absurd. But I might have to call ahead to be absolutely certain, because that's a dramatic price shift. But I have a feeling Total Wine has the stock at the moment where they don't have to worry about it. But the things that were said recently about the product were that it's something people are going to enjoy and probably going a little crazy after, but whatever. Oh, my chair's making noise. One of these days I'm going to get a new chair, I promise. It doesn't creak so much. Alright, let's go with, since the donations aren't rolling in, thankfully. Although one of them did, and I'm very thankful for that, and I will put that towards Elijah Craig in the future. We will think about going into this Eagle Rare sample, this Single Barrel Select, which I don't know if it'll be different from what I had before. I was supposed to compare them, but I drank all of the Eagle Rare because it was good. I made a mistake where I found out I liked Eagle Rare, and then the sample I had I finished, so I couldn't compare them later. Sorry. It just means I have to get more Eagle Rare eventually. And I'm fortunate that I can, if nothing else. Wow. Yeah, the end of that tastes minerally and weird. Very watered down, to say the least. You can barely tell it was whiskey. Huh. Not terrible, but... Completely shot palate and been streaming for an hour-ish. And we'll go into the Eagle Rare Single Barrel Select. My tongue actually feels dried from that. It's weird. The weirdest feeling I've had in a while right there. I'm not even going to remember I drank the sample. I'll be like, what did I do with it? Oh, I drank it. And again, our horrible options for later. Evan Williams Apple. Evan Williams Fire. Not looking forward to either of these. But I do like Evan Williams, which is what I keep telling myself. I do like the white label, bottled and bond. But Fire and Apple, no, probably not. And if you're wondering about last time, we hit the donation only by accident. We had two donations. One was for $20, one was $30. Overly generous, but also I had to drink some 99 bananas, and we found out I really don't like that stuff. It was dreadful. If you've never had 99 bananas, get a little sample bottle and try to drink it straight. It tastes like Runts candy. Runts banana candies. They're gross. No, the candies aren't gross, but that banana stuff is not good, we'll say. Not good. All right. Let's get on with the sample tasting thing. Although I feel like my palate's shot. It's okay. We still have an hour to go-ish. 40 minutes. 45 minutes. 40 minutes? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Really, we're just waiting for its bourbon night to start. Let's be honest. That's what I'm doing, anyway. As a whiskey tuber who likes other whiskey tubers, I suppose. The reason I got started into this was mostly because I was enjoying the content that was being produced, and also the community has been very helpful in me keeping some semblance of sanity this entire year. Quarter Horse Reserve. Hold on. Quarter Horse. Let me double check. That name sounds familiar. I've seen it. I have a feeling I've had it. But I don't know if I've had the Reserve. I'm going to check my own YouTube channel. That feels weird. Ah, my leg's asleep. My leg's asleep. Son of a bitch. Let's see. Oh, gosh. I keep forgetting how many videos I have. It's awful. I think I did something about them last year. In a hotel, I think. With my camera, of all things. Which is surprising that worked, let's be honest. Where the heck? When the heck? How the heck? What the heck? Quarter Horse Bourbon and Rye Review. Hold on. Oh. I did fairly well. For the time. Yeah. That's me with my crazy looking face. I can tell you, I can show you the video I did. I think the sound is wonky because there was an air conditioner or a heater on. But that's the video I did on Quarter Horse. The Reserve, I have no idea. I think I liked the Quarter Horse. I don't know if it was the Rye or the other one, but I did like it okay. But it wasn't anything that really blew my mind at the time. But we're talking about a whole year ago, and uh-oh. Got stuff going on. What's happening? There's a train. It's a party train? I don't know what John's doing. John's doing something. I'll have to look into that later. Discord is distracting me. Yeah, I've only had those two samples. That's, you know, again, mini reviews. AKA I'm poor. Or at least I'm not, I do not currently have a reliable source of income, we'll say. And as I mentioned in other videos, I have been out of work for 10 years, which sounds good, but it's not. I do have some money, but that's it's not enough, we'll say. So my donations are appreciated, as I have to say numerous times during the video. And again, we are close to me having something really terrible if we get another $30. It doesn't have to be all at once, thankfully. But if we don't get to $30, then everyone just donated to the channel, which of course I appreciate. But if you're really angry and you wanted me to drink something terrible, you can just ask for the money back, and I'd be okay with that. Nice. I was wondering what that was, John. I saw that, and I was like, what are you trying to... Me talking. My wonderful sultry voice in the background. I'll have to listen to that after the stream. I have my speakers off, so I can't... No outward noises will happen by accident other than freaking maniacs in the hallway. Let's get to this review slash sample slash whatever. I just want to drink this, let's be honest. Problem? Yeah, it says 45%. Oh. Okay. Oh, yeah. Wow. That's a nice pour. I'm going to regret that later, aren't I? Yes, you are. Great. I've only eaten one meal today, so... You got a train set up? Are you trying to do what Mash and Drum does? I know he posted... He didn't post, but he was talking about some strange train set he got recently that has like whiskey decanters in it or something like that. Pure madness. But it looked lovely. Alright, here we go. Beauty. Oh yeah. It's good stuff. I'm not even going to try to get notes out of this, let's be clear. just because of all the junk I've had today. All I can tell you is it smells like bourbon. It smells like damn fine bourbon. This also is a new glass, and I'm fairly certain I get a weird new, like, clean glass smell, if that makes sense, especially out of a dishwasher. But we got brown sugar notes, sweetness, some cinnamon. Could be my imagination. And I think I'm actually getting the smell of oak on this one, which maybe I didn't get before. I don't know. But we shall see what the thing says. It says banana, which I do not get, thankfully. But it's all the basics. Or teeny tiny train. I like it. I dig it. I don't have a tree or anything. I know you have a very nice lamp. I think it was. The nose profile on this one is bananas, caramel, brown sugar, oak, and vanilla, which is basically any bourbon, except for the banana part. Some people don't get that. Let's see. I can say brown sugar. There's oak, vanilla, and caramel, maybe. But really, it's hard for me to tell when I just say it's a sweet bourbon. Hi. Oh, that's different. That's good, but it's different. From what I was drinking, anyway. It's tingly on the tongue. And tasty. I dig it. I like it. I don't know if it's as good as the original Eagle Rare I got, though. There's something different about it. The finish is staying with me, which is good, but it's on my tongue. I get a lot more sensations out of whiskey than I do tastes these days. All right, let's see what they say for tastes after I have one more sip. I had the thought of caramel hard candies. Yeah, you can send me whatever you want. I mean, I don't usually get banana notes. That was just a nose profile from what I'm looking at. I don't get that. Although I think I've been slightly damaged by the idea of banana lately because of that last time I had to drink something awful. It didn't end well. There was definitely some. It was a horrible sensation. This is not horrible. This is actually very good. Let's see what it says for the flavors here. My flavors are the typical bourbon notes with a little bit of oak, wood. Sweetness is either vanilla or caramel, I think. It's kind of hard to tell. Again, my tongue's kind of shot right now after drinking a lot of Wild Turkey 101 on ice / watered down. Feels like there's a weird film on my mouth, which I don't like, or my tongue. Yeah, there's oak on this too. Some caramel. I'm having trouble pinning down what kind of sweetness it is though, but there's more of an oak forwardness going on with this one, which is strange. And again, this isn't exactly what this bottle is. This is just a general one. Oh look, it's the exact same three things you always hear with bourbons: oak, vanilla, caramel. What a shock. And I'm going off a review of an Eagle Rare 10 years single barrel. And this is a Eagle Rare single barrel pick. But there might be a few things different, let's say. But this is the general overview of what they bottle. So, hey. And the finish is... I don't get spicy. Leathery, I would say, yes. They have oily, leathery, oak, spicy, and caramel. I guess it is kind of, I don't want to say it's spicy, but it does linger. And maybe leathery is probably a pretty good note for a finish, because it dries out my tongue and sticks around. But I wouldn't call it oily either. We also have the official overview. Oh, nice. I have not had any Bardstown. That's one of the things I haven't touched. I've heard a lot about it from ADHD whiskey stuff, but have I ever tried it? No, no, I haven't. Let's see what the official overview is. Buffalo Trace product. Duh. Voted one of the best cigar whiskeys in South Africa. That's random. The color, it says, is bright honey topaz. I can see it being honey. Topaz is maybe. That's almost amber, I think. That's a good descriptor, though. I like those two. Official nose, gentle grain, toasted honey, wheat bread, and tobacco. Tobacco leaf. With hints of ripe banana, charcoal, almond butter, melon, and oil. No, I don't smell any banana on this at all. Even if I try to think about it. And I don't like banana, so I would notice. Maybe charcoal, because it did seem more oak forward to me. Official taste, dry flavors of cereal grain and mild oak resin, followed by sweet and oily flavors of black raisins, grapefruit, charred oak, and candied almonds. Official finish, long, sweet, moderately fiery, and oily. I don't get oily off of... I don't get oily off of bourbons. I've had too many peated scotches. Those are oily. Those are clingy. Those will stick around. But I guess I know what they mean because I still feel the finish, I guess, after having not had a sip for a minute. But I don't know. Now let me set myself up here. Drink to me only. Da, 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 ba, da, ba, da. That song stuck in my head. Raisins, that was strange. Oh no, I like bourbon, so it seemed like Eagle Rare. Yum. It's lovely. But again, I have a hard time with descriptors. That's why I use the webpage thing I do, or the app I use. And they're not very helpful sometimes, like this one. Oily, leathery oak, spicy, and caramel. There's a finish. I mean, I guess you could say it's oily because it's sticking around. Leathery, I definitely get. I feel like it's drying out my mouth. That's why I could say oak. Spicy, not really, and caramel, not really, for me. But I do like the color of bright honey topaz. That's nice. And again, this seems to be a Kentucky straight bourbon, 45%, 10 years old, supposedly. If this barrel pick was 10 years, again, I don't know. Surprisingly, the price is only $40-ish for a 10-year single barrel, which seems wrong. Hola, Destination Bourbon. Welcome to the chaos that is this channel. We are drinking a sample tonight at the moment. I've had more whiskey than is wise to have in an evening, and I haven't even started the other stuff going on tonight. So yay. You're not coming in here doing any rapping, are you? I've seen what you've done before. It was disturbing and glorious, but mostly disturbing. Oh, my leg's asleep again. God dang. Oh. Ow. Mm-hmm. I still like Eagle Rare. We found that out tonight, even when it's a random barrel pick. Good to know. Good to know I should probably have an Eagle Rare around at some point. And then it's not too expensive in my area. $35. That's fine. Don't you dare. We're looking at overviews of Eagle Rare, and we were talking whiskey talk, basically. We have a couple of things that have been going on this evening. It's been lovely. We were talking about donations. People are donating to make me drink something terrible. Hasn't gotten there yet, thankfully. I don't think. Nope, not yet. But we are $30 away from me drinking at least one terrible thing tonight. Hasn't happened yet. And those are either Evan Williams Fire or Evan Williams Apple. And we're $30 away from that, thankfully. I don't think it's going to happen tonight, which is good. Because I had that banana stuff last week and it was awful. If you've ever had 99 bananas, you know. Gives me the shivers. I got goosebumps thinking about it. It was gross. Really bad. But I picked these because they're Evan Williams, and I know I like Evan Williams. So yeah. Yum. And if I don't drink these tonight, they just go back in the freezer. That's where they belong. In the freezer. Destination Bourbon. What's one of your favorite bourbons? I mean, considering the amount that you have, I can only imagine that's a difficult choice. I know I have, the thumbnail I have. It's pretty obvious which one of my favorites is. But that's one I actually have to spend more money to have on, which I don't like doing. I don't mind doing. I don't like doing. I got apps asking me questions now, lovely. We're waiting for the countdown for maybe a half an hour. Okay. Half an hour until it's Bourbon Night goes live. That'll be fun. Clicking over there to say hi, because I like to be part of the, what do they call it? Pre-game? That's a thing. Which is normally what I'd be doing, but now I've started doing a stream on Sunday nights. A good reason to get schlammered, as they say. As Whiskey Central says, at least. That was not my intent, but I'm already feeling the drinks at this point. And they were lovely. I think I poured too much Wild Turkey 101, to be honest. Well, that's fine. We're fine. There's no problem. Yeah. I'll look into that. You like the mayor. I'm not sure what that means exactly. But it's good to know. I'll probably just add it to my favorites or add it to my wish list stuff. No, there's a few of them. Blue Label Bourbon 10-year-old, Orange Label Rye, Black Label Street Bourbon 11-year-old. That's 3. Those are the 3 that popped up on my end here. Let's see, what is the price? Oh, I see, it's higher proof. It doesn't tell me the price. Ooh, that's curiouser and curiouser. Add it to the wish list. If I see it, I'll get it. We've been talking about the fact that I've been out of work for 10 years, so my whiskey purchases are strictly, how do I put this? Quality and price based. Like if I can find a bottle for less, I will buy it for there. We were talking about getting bottles of whiskey in either a nearby liquor store that I go to, which the prices are okay, and then there's always Total Wine, which there's only one of them, and it's a 45-minute drive from where I am. Total Wine is not in my vicinity. I think the place I go to normally is kind of elbowed them out of the area because it's a small place, but it's gobbled up all the places they could go. And it's similar with kind of that retail liquor store thing rather than just the liquor store where people are scary sometimes, which is fine if you like being around people like that. I prefer going to a liquor store where you can get samples, which is a thing that does happen at, well, it used to happen at Cappy's. You could go there and have samples, but not so much this year. Maybe next year it'll come back. We'll see. We don't know what the hell's happening. And I was also talking about the review I'm going to do later this evening, probably, or very early tomorrow, which is very unlikely. But it's a scotch, so it's nothing you'd be interested in. But I'm curious to see if I'll like it. I think I will. I tend to like Spacesides, and I think this is a Speyside scotch. Should be fine. Should be glorious. Glorious, we'll say. Whoa. I must say this Eagle Rare is lovely. Hamina. The water is cold still. One of the good things about being a lower channel is you can get donations, but if you don't hit that amount, oh well, at least you got a donation. I'm happy to get donations. I just wish I didn't have to go through PayPal. And again, we've talked about having to get to a certain amount to have super chats and stuff, and that's chaos. I don't even know how to begin with that. Yeah, I can imagine Florida's not really big on uh, hard liquor. Florida feels like, if I think Florida, I think margaritas and fancy drinks on the beach kind of thing. Not having a sip of whiskey in my hand, or looking at a bar and asking what kind of whiskeys they have. I'm sure they have whiskey bars down there and they have fancy whiskey places, but I can see why it's not the main thing in that vicinity. There's a lot of tourism down there too. Oh, there usually is a lot of tourism down there, I should say. Right now it's a bit weird. I'm glad Destination Bourbon stopped by. It's always nice to see a celebrity, as they say. A YouTube celebrity! Had a few of those pop in here tonight. Trev was here earlier. I don't know if he still is. I don't pay attention to who's in here, thankfully. It's the only way I can do this, is as long as I'm not paying too much attention on to how many people there are, how many likes there are, anything like that. Just trying to make content, folks. Trying to be mildly entertaining and amusing. And again, it gives people an excuse to drink early before its bourbon night begins, which is the main reason I'm doing it. Other than, making content and having people view this stuff, because people like watching this stuff. They like watching people sip on whiskey and have their thoughts. No, you're the celebrity. Stop it. We're all whiskey tube celebrities at this point. Ouch. Ah. Whiskey Beach Pub. Let me put that down on my... one of the things I planned to do this year was travel more. Wow. Let's not think too much about that, but... So many plans laid to rest this year. Going to Texas again, going to Kentucky, all the things. Didn't happen. Going to other liquor stores. A part of what I wanted to do was actually do some whiskey hunting, because that's fun, finding lowest prices, but it's gotten a lot harder, but yet a lot easier in some places. For what's going on, anyway. Whiskey Beach Pub. Florida. Yeah, see, that's the thing I don't want to do. I try very hard not to get plastered. I'm close to that to some extent because I've had over 3 ounces of whiskey within less than 2 hours. And I've only had one meal today, but it was a big meal. But at my age, you do not want to get plastered anymore. You do not want to get schlammered too much because it's just regret and not pleasant. I see it. Whiskey Beach Pub. It's right near the water. Oh gosh, it's in that weird... It's on a weird thing. I don't know what that's called. It's barely even land, because there's water on both sides. Save that to want to go. Is it near Disney World? I've been to Disney World many times. I have never been a fan... Oh, it's near Orlando. It's a bit of a drive, but it's near Orlando. I've never been a huge fan of being in very, very, very bright, sunny places with a crowd. That hasn't improved this year. Let me do the map view. Wish I had screen share now, but oh geez. It looks like it's right off some kind of main road too. Oh yeah, that's Florida. You got the tiki looking places. Thatched roof kind of deals. That's awesome. Tiki 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 room. There's the song now stuck in my head. Son of a... Yeah, there's no label there. Yeah. Orlando's pretty close. And if that is the place, it's got that weird thatched roof thing going for it. I don't know when this, I'm looking at Google Maps, but the beach is literally across the street, yeah. But there's water on both sides of the place, too. It's a little weird. Not directly on both sides, but it's on some kind of... Is that called an inlet? I don't know. It's weird. It's in a weird land mass, let's say. It's near Beach Burger, supposedly. That's a weird thatched roof kind of deal. Memories of Florida. Haven't been there in a while. I haven't been there since... Hold on. 2018? 2017? Gosh, feels like a while ago. My story with Orlando, or Florida, is I was in Vegas on a trip. Didn't gamble much because I'm not a gambler. And we were on our way back to Rhode Island. This was in the winter. And it's probably in January, actually. And guess what? There was a freaking snowstorm, and we couldn't get back. So, went to Florida. That was fun. Ah, you got the river and ocean thing. I got it. I got it. That's neat. There are places like that around here, but I mean, where I am, it's kind of... There's a river in between me and the island that is where I grew up. So, that's a thing. Yeah, Eagle Rare is pretty damn good as far as the bourbon goes. A bit dry, but I'm cool with that. I also didn't account for the whiskey thing I had earlier. If you're following me on Instagram, you'll find out I've been doing the 24 days of Texas whiskey stuff. It's very good. The chocolates are delicious. They are gourmet chocolates, to say the least. Full of whiskey, which is hard to beat. Oh, and John, I know Whiskey Central got somewhat slammered last night on her channel with hot butter rolls, because she's what, 5'3", something like that. It's hard to tell a person's height when they're on camera, to say the very least. Like, I think I'm 5'7", but since you're only seeing from here up, you have no idea how tall I am. And to prove another point, I'm as tall as Daniel is. We're pretty much the same height. And Rex is 6 foot something. So that's funny. To him, everyone's a hobbit. Silly. Silly. So we're clear. If you didn't know, Rex is very tall. So don't make it think that Daniel's short. Rex is tall. Secrets. Whiskey Central? She is fairly new. I mean, she kind of, I don't want to say she came out of nowhere, but she has rocketed to the sub amount that she needs for 1,000 very quickly. I don't know how she did it. I would like to be on her channel someday so I can get more subscribers. But getting on other people's channels feels weird. It's weird to ask. But she does much more informational reviews and educational kind of stuff, which I wish I could do, but I don't have the attention span for it. Teach, thank you for being here. Catch you next time. Fridays and Sundays is what I'm going for right now. And if I get sick of doing these advent calendars as edits, I might just start doing these lives really briefly, like Hot Buttery Rolls is. That's the other channel I was talking about. Who was on Whiskey Central's channel last night? So if you haven't been to their channels, or Destination Bourbon, who was also in here a minute ago, those are a bunch of other whiskey tubers. Yes, Cheech. She does her stream on Saturdays, which is what I thought of doing, but Saturdays are kind of weird. I'm not doing anything, but if I'm going to do a stream on Sunday, I don't want to do one on Saturday as well. Content rules today, yeah. I still don't feel like I put out the amount of videos I have because I realize a lot of them are just the kind of hack and slash stuff I did when I was first making videos. It's just advent calendar stuff, which are good. I should look back on a few of them, but I'm trying much harder to put more content out this month, and it's not easy. And I'm very grateful that I have samples to actually try. And once more, as I said, I still have Redbreast stuff, which I'm debating on reviewing all at once, because I've never compared them all. I've never compared all three Redbreast types. So we have the 12, the Listau, and the 15. I want to try them all. Adios, Cheech. Thanks for stopping by. Tune in next time. I won't be going much longer. We'll get to the 145 mark. And I think a bunch of people are starting to filter over to It's Bourbon Night because everyone does that. I already said hi over there. It's going to be glorious. But also it gives me enough time to get myself situated, have a snack, that kind of thing. So we have a few more minutes left. Of me sipping on whiskey stuff. And we still haven't hit our goal. So there's that. But we did have some wonderful people who actually donated. But we haven't hit the $50 mark. And I'm okay with that. If nothing else, you donated to a small-time YouTube channel. And I appreciate that. It gives me, and again, that money will go towards Elijah Craig, just so we're clear. That's what it was asked for, that's what it'll do. No, I definitely won't buy a bunch of chocolate. I won't. I'll buy Elijah Craig, I swear. Let's see. What's the price range of Elijah Craig right now in my area? I don't even know if I've reviewed Elijah Craig. I mean, there are so many reviewers out there, it feels silly. The barrel proof nearby is $62. I don't know why I started saying 70. That is the 1.75. Elijah Craig small batch itself is $28. That's not bad. But to be clear, the Evan Williams white label is $15 for a bottle, and it's 101 proof. And I think this is 45. I only wish the Elijah Craig barrel proof was 94 proof. That's not bad. 47%. That's actually pretty good. That's probably why I liked it last time I got it. That's probably why it didn't last very long. Is I bought a bottle of Elijah Craig and it just disappeared after a month. So what's the barrel proof? Is the question now. Oh my goodness. 64.5, 70%. Whew. I say. And of course, we have a couple. As soon as I look at one expensive barrels, they show me the other ones. Not barrels, expensive bottles. So the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Kentucky Straight Bourbon nearby is $62. And then it shows me below, you might also like Blanton's Bourbon Single Barrel and Nika Whiskey Distilling Whiskey from the Barrel, which I already have. And that was one of the more expensive ones I bought. That was about $65. I haven't opened that, and I've had it for more than a year. Someday. But I have a feeling it will not last very long, unfortunately. But that's okay. Where are we? I've lost track of everything now. God damn it. God damn it. There we go. Oh, we are at an hour and 45-ish minutes. So I will stop the stream here. I've thought about going for 2 hours, but then that means I have to switch over to It's Bourbon Night almost instantly, and I don't feel like doing that. So all of you, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. We have plenty of likes on this video, so that's cool. Thank you for the ones who donated. I'm sorry we didn't hit the goal of 50, so I don't have to drink anything gross. But what I will do is I will add that on to next time, I think, if I remember. So it'll be $30 next Friday to have me drink something gross. That way at least the donations count. You know, I don't want them to not count for anything. But we will go out on that note. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Again, plenty of ways to get in touch with me. There's these over here as well. Twitter, Instagram, the PayPal is for donations. And I also stream on Twitch occasionally. So if you like games, I do that occasionally. There's a Facebook group, which you can ask me about, even though it's not extremely active these days. What else? I think that's it. So yeah. Till next time. Live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. Sláinte to you all. Thank you for participating and joining me on the whiskey journey that this is. See you next time. Bye-bye.